I'm Ian Carrott. I work for ICSMCredit.com. ICSM Credit are an online credit control, credit management facility specializing in the graphic arts, the printing, the packaging, haulage and logistics industries, amongst others. We've been doing this for about 30 years now, and we're good at it. Today I'd like to show you the ICSM legal letter system, very gently letter, which if I would suggest, if you get to this stage, is not really a good idea. You'd gone beyond the friendly, you've done your usual chasing stuff. Breach of contract. There's a sample of the breach of contract. If you want to have a read of that, just hit pause on this video and you can read it properly. Final demand, 7-day final demand, a 7-day notice of legal proceedings. They're both proper legal documents, and both are free of charge to members. I stress, free of charge to our members. Okay, if we want to send a letter, I'll send one here to a made-up name. Made up debtor limited. Address of debtor. Let's go Debt Street. Deptford. A lot of debtors come from Deptford for some reason. London. SE 27. I've just made this up. 3XL. Debtor's email address. Well, I want to show you what happens when we send this. So I'll use my email address. Let's use ian@wagsites.com. And there's an optional debtor's email address if you want to put more than one email address. Bear in mind, this legal letter, when you hit send, when you've finished filling out the details, will go instantly to the debtor. Date it became overdue. Let's say 11th. There's a calendar there that you can choose if you wish. Currency, well, UK pounds will be the obvious one, but you do have a choice. You can use euros or US dollars if you wish. Amount outstanding, 6,895. Just for argument's sake, is it on stop or not? Well, you'd think if somebody owed you money and you've got to the stage of sending them an illegal letter, it would be on stop, but that's not always the case. So we give you a choice. Some people carry on supplying even though they haven't been paid for something that they're now chasing. And then over on this side we've got the choice of letter type. There's a final demand, which is probably the most popular. Breach of contract, which is a variation of the final demand and very popular indeed. Personal preference, entirely up to you. The account overdue letter is quite popular, but I personally wouldn't use it simply because it's quite a friendly legal letter, and I would suggest if you've got to the point where you've made your phone calls, you've chased the debtor and they've not responded, the gloves are coming off. Now, what happens after you've sent a letter? This is a 7-day legal letter. ICSM at the end of 7 days will give you a call, because obviously we have a record when you sent it. 7 days later we'll call you to ask you whether or not you've been paid. Now, as I said, in over 90% of cases you will have been paid. Debtors react to these. We're all guilty of paying first. Who shouts the loudest? These shout louder than most other people. They tend to respond. If you haven't been paid, we'll ask you if you want to take it to the next stage. In which case, if you say yes, we will. We can take it on beyond to full debt recovery, whatever's required. Thank you very much.